And we're live. Look who's in the house. It's Kevin from Kevin's Loving Vibrations, Psychic Predictions and Tarot, Political Tarot. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm good. It's good to be back, Glory. I'm glad that we were able to make something happen.
Yeah. In fact, I
It's been
was
a
looking on
while.
the calendar. I forgot to tell you, we did something exactly this date last year. So
Oh, really?
I mean, I know we've done a lot since, but
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny when I was writing on my calendar.
Yeah.
So you have an announcement to make.
Yes. I just want to. I just hit 9,000 subscribers on my channel, Kevin's Loving Vibrations. Um, I'm really excited to announce that I'll be doing a giveaway for a free reading and a free Reiki session. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go over subscribe. I'm going to be making an announcement on my channel later today on how to enter for that, and probably sometime next week I'll announce my winners on my live show on Tuesday. Um, but yeah, you have to be subscribed to the channel to win. I do double check that, but I'm really excited with all the growth on my channel. I remember last year around, it was right before Christmas, I was celebrating 5K. So
Wow, that's
almost up,
amazing.
almost up to 10K. So hopefully we can get to 10K before the end of the year. That would be really
That's
awesome.
amazing. Congratulations. And then if someone wants to schedule a reading with you, how do they do that?
Yeah, you can send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. I offer readings. I do Reiki energy healing. I could do a bit of combination of both. Um, or just if you need some intuitive guidance or, um, like a counseling session, any of my tricks that I use. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And I just have a couple of announcements. Of course, if you
Yeah.
want to do a reading with me, you can go to thewayofpositivechange.com, the website, and you can pick your day. And readings go different time increments from 15 minutes to an hour, whatever you're needing, whether it's a short reading or a longer reading. And then also, I'm going to be doing the tarot class again. We just finished a few weeks ago. So if you want to register for the tarot class, if we get enough people, I'll go ahead and start it at this month in October. If not, we might start in January. So, but you can email me at thewayofpositivechange@gmail. It has to be thewayofpositivechange@gmail.com, and just say I'm interested in tarot class, and I'll send you all the info.
Nice.
All right,
I feel
terrific.
like if I wanted to take a tarot class, I would want to take it from you, Lori, just because I love the way that you read, and you really just really know all of the meanings of the cards. I mean, I know my foundations to it, but I use a little bit more of an intuitive approach. But I really respect how
Oh,
knowledgeable you are with the tarot.
oh, thank you. Yeah, mine's intuitive too. It's
Yeah,
just
of course.
that, yeah, they're just my, uh, well, they're not just anything. I don't like that word just.
Right.
We need
Yeah,
to
I
get
was
rid of
thinking that you
the
don't
words
use an
just and,
intuitive
yeah.
approach to it as well. I was just saying I like the way that you read.
Oh,
You're very
thank you so much.
knowledgeable.
Okay, that's very kind of you. All
Thank
right,
you.
so go over and subscribe to Kevin's channel. Help him get. I'm trying to get to 11,000. I can't believe you got over 5,000 in 1 year.
Almost,
That's
yeah.
really crazy.
Crazy.
Well, you
I
will
think
by
with the help of
Christmas.
I
Okay.
have I definitely have Mel Dore to thank with our weekly show. I mean, that definitely helps. And I have Susan Lynn will be on
That's
tonight,
right.
so I'm looking forward to that. I have a couple other collabs in the work um, next week and the following week, and trying to line up a few more towards the end of the month. But
And Susan Lynn is on tonight. Is that correct?
yeah, that's
On your
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time.
and that's your channel.
Yes, on my channel. Mel will be on my channel Thursday night at 8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just start into it.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I think I basically have 5 main questions that I want to ask and read on,
Uh-huh.
in your opinion, and to see what your psychic hits, intuition,
Okay.
and interpretations are. Um, along with myself, Lena Rodriguez, and a couple of other readers got that October was going to be a bit wonky. And I think the energy is a little crazy because, I mean, let's face it, Trump turned beet red yesterday. He's madder than a murder hornet, you know,
Yeah.
for entertainment purposes only. So let's just see what your feelings are. I looked at individually October, then November, then December. And Lena does her readings week to week to week. But she did get the tower. So I'd be interested to see if we could just start off with a quick throw on the overall energy for the United States, if there's going to be civil unrest or anything we need to look out for the month of October. Let's start off with that, if we could.
Yeah. I was saying on my channel, I was feeling a bit of a heaviness end of September into October, which I think it's probably more into October now. I mean, we have the eclipse coming up too. But I think it's more global than just the U.S. I do feel some I feel some more storms and devastation with that, and maybe some ramped up energy in Ukraine. But yeah, we can take a look at the U.S. I mean, the House was in chaos last week. It looks like it's going to be in this week. They have
Thank you, Rondaroo.
45 days to fund the government again. So a lot of craziness going on.
Yes. Will there be civil unrest the month of October?
So are we asking about civil unrest in the U.S.?
Yes. Jabby's here. Susie's here. Rondaroo. Hit the thumbs up, guys, if you can. I'm not getting the same cards that I received in Friday's reading. However, I am feeling that there's secrets and unrest with the talk, you know, the talk, the gossip, the talk. And I'll reserve the rest to share after you share with us what you got.
Yeah. I was picking up, yes. And I see it with the cards too, although I feel like it's thwarted. We have the devil representing the situation, so that's like the nefarious plans, the devil deeds, crossed by this woman, and I had her at the base of my deck too, the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. So maybe targeting a woman is what I'm feeling. Yeah, people are working really hard with this. It's wanting to return back to the past, I think, with Trump. You know, we have Five of Wands, so this is some conflict. There's not a lot of action happening in that card, but then we have the Ace of Wands, so somebody wanting to take that action, you know, to celebrate Trump, to be victorious, and then we have people that are a bit impulsive. But however, at the root of the reading, I have the King of Cups, which is my Garland card. So I feel like whatever action would be taken is thwarted. But I do feel like there's definitely plans for it. But I feel like, you know, everything's going to be okay in the end. We have wish fulfillment. And I think that's for us, you know, our wishes coming through and keeping this woman protected. I had a funny feeling about Georgia. Personally, is where I'm kind of directed at with this, but I feel like whatever, like I said, whatever plans are thwarted and are looking, it's being looked at carefully by the DOJ, FBI.
Okay.
What are you picking up with the rest of your cards?
Okay, interesting. I feel again, I'm feeling like I know we just lost Senator Feinstein. but I feel like we lose someone else, and I'm not. And there's some deep sadness, but I'm also feeling that there's a lot of secrets and a lot of gossip and a lot of chatter that they're picking up on. And in Friday's reading, I saw that there would be something that they would be thwarted, but this is like a pop-up person trying to cause problems.
Yeah.
Another insurrectionist type person, another but I don't think it's just one. I think it's like a couple of people.
A couple different instances, you mean? Or do you think it's like a group planning for one?
Yeah, I think it's a couple of people behind this, actually. It may be just one that takes action, but there's people, there's an agreement. Yeah, but hopefully it's thwarted. Like, they get away with something, but they catch them. So all right, so I do think there is a problem, an issue. Okay, so now in that same, thank you so much, Patricia Frenzino, for typing out the question. Okay, so in that same vein, now Trump, yesterday, he came out of the court and he said, you ought to, verbatim, you ought to go after that DA, meaning Letitia James, for entertainment purposes only. Now, Karen Agnifilo Friedman and Ben Meiselas came on, and Karen is way up there in the prosecutions, way up there in with her law and legal. She's a legal eagle. She said that he committed a crime. So I want to know, are there going to be charges pressed against him will he be charged with a crime for his statements yesterday about you ought to go after her?
Okay.
Will charges be brought against Trump for this? Patricia and Freddie Todd are in the chat.
We'll see what the cards say, but just kind of what I'm intuiting. For yesterday's direct statements, I feel like no. However, I feel like those statements, coupled with all of the other crazy statements, could result in some kind of issues with maybe that gag order in DC. Because I think Jack Smith just filed. I know that he filed for the gag order, but there was more filings for that too, I think. And I feel like this is going to be included with that.
And I intuitively knew that she was going to call a meeting, but I really felt that she was going to make him appear. So maybe there's something still to that. Isn't that supposed to be October 16th or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think the ramifications will come on the 16th in her court, in Chutkin's court?
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe this, but I think he's going to say something even greater, even worse.
I agree.
Look he's going to say something worse. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. When I was shuffling, I had the Temperance card fly out. So this is kind of like coming into balance, moderation. So like I said, it feels like it's kind of like the collective threats, and a little bit of like slow activity for the energy to come together with that. The Four of Cups here too. So this is kind of being dissatisfied. It's just it's dangerous what he's doing, but I see them being very, very careful with any kind of jail or anything like that with him, just because they don't want to come off as political. But what's going to end up happening is, these threats are going to lead to violence or, the death of somebody. And I have the death card here too. So So I see them being very kind of cautious with action, but we have the devil, a turning point coming in for him. Things really getting ramped up, I feel like, and I think, like you said, like things being said that are even worse that are going to, lead to action is what I'm feeling.
Okay.
But I think it's going to take a little bit of time still too.
Yeah, there's a little there. I agree. There's a little bit of time, but they are talking.
Mm-hmm.
The powers that be and the DOJ, they are talking, and I feel like they are going to file charges and for a bigger gag order.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because I think, I mean, it's in the works right now, and he's going to say something worse. So first it was General Milley, then
Mm-hmm.
it's James, and then it's going to be someone else
Right.
because he is an abomination.
And can I just say, everybody is in the chat saying I think it's political not to go after him. I agree with that statement 100%. I'm just, I'm not making the decisions here, so don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling. They're just being very, very careful. So
Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing with anybody.
right. But I mean, there is that they have to, there is like that judicial teeter-totter there with that running. But I truly believe I got the temperance card too.
Okay.
And they've got to do, but I think the charge is coming, and
Yeah.
I think they're going to fine and a charge, and I think they're going to muzzle him. There's going to be, they are going to muzzle him. I don't know how, but they are going to do it, and we're all going to feel, well, it's about effing time.
Right. I always felt a gag order being placed, and what I feel is fines, and also to maybe the DC case being moved to December or January.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy? We're already in October, and that hearing's in 2 weeks, and they move it to December.
Yeah.
That's kind of what my feeling with it was. I never felt jail, but severe sanctions, and even maybe expediting the court case.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when we come up with the strength card, I mean, the orange menace will be muzzled by the lady strength.
Love that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now, all right. So, because a couple of people are asking about October 4th, which is tomorrow, is there any shenanigans what's gonna happen tomorrow? Is anything weird gonna happen tomorrow?
Is McCarthy out as speaker tomorrow?
I don't know. Well, we'll get to that,
right?
We're gonna ask about that, of course.
Yeah.
We need your intuitive input on that. But let's just take a quick look about, will anything weird happen tomorrow on October 4th?
Don't mind if you hear dogs barking. The mailman must be outside.
Okay. Everybody understands their dogs barking.
I swear, they're quiet all day. Anytime I do a show or I'm with clients is when they want to go
And
crazy.
then they just, yeah.
All right.
I just have this concern for the Northeast about more flooding. I keep saying
I have flooding.
I'm so concerned about it.
I was going to say water. I have the Six of Swords fly out.
Of course, we're not talking about tomorrow. Well, we don't know, but.
Well, I was asking for tomorrow, but it doesn't mean that there's not another flooding somewhere in the world. It feels like it's more overseas to me with that Six of Swords.
So, are you getting anything malefic about tomorrow?
He's really weird with it, actually. part of us, it feels like we're dissatisfied, kind of like the same old. But then it's also, I have some kind of justice and judgment coming out too.
Okay, I've got that as well.
And I think it's with the House, the Congress. Yeah, there's some roadblocks and obstacles. We have the Five of Wands crossing us tomorrow, and it's like the world is watching. Five of Pentacles, so I think that this is somebody feeling left out in the cold. And like I said, I feel like something water related too overseas. The energy feels really kind of weird with this. I'm not getting like the Tower tomorrow, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
Anything like super, super crazy, it feels like it's a little bit of the same old, but things have been a bit crazy and chaotic lately, haven't they? What are you picking up?
I think that something is our traditional sense of the judicial system will seem to be tested even more tomorrow. But then I feel like there's going to be a big legal announcement. Like I don't know if this has to do with McCarthy, or they're going to say, all right, Trump, this is it. You're done. You can't, Ache auf me,
I had judgment next to the justice card, so that I think maybe more indictments are coming soon.
Yeah, there's going to be a big announcement tomorrow. Big announcement. So I don't know about this cell phone thing, but someone's saying it's National Taco Day, it's National Vodka Day. I don't know.
I'm okay with either of those.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look. Will Hakeem Jeffries help McCarthy?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Apparently there was a late night booty call. I'm just kidding. a late night plea. A plea. Please, I'll do anything for you. Please, Hakeem, help me.
Yeah, but isn't it interesting too that there was a call behind the scenes, but McCarthy is playing it cool, like, oh, we didn't discuss anything important. I wasn't asking them for anything. And Jeffries kind of said the same thing. I felt McCarthy would be leaving as speaker at some point. I don't know if that's today or tomorrow, or if it's, to me, it feels more likely that it's a couple months away. But
well, we're going to look at that next. So we'll just ask about, is Hakeem going to help out McCarthy? I mean, McCarthy's shown he can't be trusted, but maybe when it's, I don't know. If he can't be trusted even over January 6th in our capital under siege, what would happen? Oh, maybe his own skin. Maybe.
I just threw half of my deck on the floor.
Uh-oh, that's never good. What comes to the floor comes in the door.
All right.
So what was face up?
A bunch of cards. Oh, interesting. Well, the ones that were face up, I have the Three of Pentacles, which would be group work coming together to stop the impasse. And I think that they say there's like 5 people that want McCarthy out, and then hard work. 8 of Pentacles.
I got both of those too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to come to some kind of balance. But it's interesting too, because I have like the Chariot reverse, so that it feels kind of stuck to me. Like there's not a whole lot of movement from the Democrats. I don't think Democrats want to help McCarthy because he can't be trusted. High Priestess here. If what I'm feeling, more than likely, I feel like there'll be a couple Democrats that probably vote present to keep McCarthy in there and just kind of shift the balance. Is what I'm feeling. I feel like a good majority of Democrats won't vote to help him though.
Okay. I feel like Jeffries, I agree with what you said. I feel like Jeffries feels that he's in the driver's seat with this.
Yeah.
And I think he told them, hey, Kev, I'll help you, but you got to get rid of the pro-Putin stuff. You got to, and I'm so happy that they're actually starting to call the hard right GOPers pro-Putin.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Jamie Raskin tagged them with that. I think that he said, maybe if you can cut ties with that and you make some deals with us with the funding and you work really hard, I'll give you a hand. But
yeah,
I don't. Yeah.
I just got a hit to share when you're finished with that.
Oh, go ahead. Sure. Yeah.
I feel like they might make a deal, but what I think is going to end up happening is if McCarthy starts working with Democrats, we're going to see more and more Republicans start to flip on McCarthy, and I think that might be ultimately what gets him out, like a month or two down the road.
All right. That's a good segue right into that. So let's look at Kevin McCarthy's political future as Speaker of the House. Will he stay or will he go? Kevin McCarthy. Oh, Kevin. He sort of wrecked your name, but we know there's good quality.
Right. I love when people say that the male equivalent to a Karen is a Kevin.
No, never.
It's interesting because just as I cut at the bottom of the deck, there's the 4 swords in reverse, which would be for retreat.
Goodness.
I see Democrats really want to, they don't trust McCarthy, but they feel like their options are a lot better and things are more stable with the budget if he's in there until at least the budget is through. Then they can get the funding for Ukraine and keep the government open.
McCarthy stay as Speaker. Teresa Ford said, do we really care, though? Do we even really care? My only concern is that someone with even far more right extreme views could get in there, like Chip Roy or something like that. But
oh, is he nervous?
What are you getting?
I'm feeling he's going to be out, but I feel like it's a little bit of time still. The bottom of the deck, I have the 3 of Cups reversed. So normally it's celebrations, friendships, celebrating those relationships and those milestones. And with it reversed, it's like there's no celebration here. He's all alone. He's coming through as the King of Swords right now. So he's trying to build that strategy, starting to build a plan. But the energy crossing him is the Knight of Wands reversed. So it's kind of like heading into a new direction. Like the Dark Knight coming after him. Hierophant reversed, so that the structure, the hierarchy being broken in the house, because of these insurrectionists, these pompous people, he's got reason to be worried. He's got the 9 of Swords, so this is like unable to deflect all of these attacks. 2 of Wands reversed, so it's like he's trying to climb up a mountain. So the terrain isn't easy for him. I have Knight of Pentacles, so that's kind of slow movement. Somebody new coming in, a new speaker with the Page of Wands reverse, and heartbreak for McCarthy. So it doesn't seem very, very good to me. But I feel like maybe he's able to stay in there for a little bit longer and then just piss off more Republicans by having to work with Democrats,
Yeah. I also don't feel, I feel like he's under attack. He's under siege.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he has the staying power.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm getting like he's safe. But I'm going to do one more quick. I feel like he's safe. Do you think he's safe right now?
I think it's going to be really close.
Okay.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like there's more energy of him being safe for right now, but I do see a possibility of him leaving now too.
Yeah, I don't think he has staying power.
Yeah. I think if my prediction is that, he's able to kind of slide by for a little bit. But ultimately, I don't think Democrats should bail out Republicans. Let the party implode. Let the voters see what they're getting next year when it comes to voting, and let them destroy themselves. And if anything, the only way they're going to get anything done is by getting somebody that's more moderate that will work across the aisle, and there'll be some of that bipartisan works, which I ultimately see before the next election. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he'll be there until that budget passes.
Okay. And then speaking of that, now that the House, well, now that Congress has
Mhm.
kicked the can down the road another 45 days, are we going to, what happens in 45 days? Will the House successfully pass another funding budget? Will the House, in 45 days' time, in the agreement that was passed and signed by the president, will the
Mhm.
House successfully pass a good budget bill?
Let's take a look. I had said before I felt like there was going to be a short shutdown, so hopefully the energy just changed with that last minute, and we're all good. Hopefully it's not future events.
It's so crazy when I say, like we still feel like Kevin McCarthy still has some safety nets around him somewhere, because it sure feels like the momentum is to get him out of there as fast as possible.
Mhm. Oh no.
What?
I have the tower as the final outcome.
Ah!
I felt like I had the Seven of Pentacles, the first card out, so it felt like maybe there's another CR bill, continuing resolution, because this is like getting things in order, reviewing, planning. Two of Wands, so there's still being a little bit more work done. Maybe they passed some of the bills and it's not fully done, and they have to do a CR to keep the rest of it open. And then I had the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, which would tell me, yes, the funding's coming. There might be a bit of a delay, but I have the Justice card crossed by this King of Wands. So I'm wondering if maybe they do get McCarthy out before the next one. And it's like things are in chaos because Three of Wands at the root of the reading. So this is kind of like the waiting game, and then the Tower. So I've said it for a while. It feels like there's just so much chaos and dysfunction in the house, and we're really going to see it continue, and I think even get worse.
Yeah, and the Putin is ramping up his efforts.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because he doesn't want the funding for Ukraine.
No.
He would love for our democracy to be in shambles and to destroy our democracy. That's what these ultra extremists are doing. They're a threat to our democracy. They're trying to dismantle it.
Yes. I do want to ask, I will have you ask about Putin's health with me at the very end here.
Okay. What were you picking up for this?
I do feel like there's a sad, and I'm still getting the death of someone. I'm still getting a major loss. but it's like they know we're make it or break it, and their sadness, uh, and
Mm,
they've got to put something together, um,
yeah.
and maybe it will be another CR, but things go kaflooey in the interim, but then in the end, I feel like they'll
Yeah.
they'll do it. They'll get it done.
Ultimately, yeah.
But man, the energy leading up to it is topsy
Mm,
turvy, and they're controlled by the Pud,
yeah.
and he wants chaos. I wonder if he's ordering uh, an unaliving somewhere.
Mm, yeah. Well, I think that would make sense with my tower too. It's just like total shock and awe and chaos. I agree,
Yeah.
though. Ultimately, it's going to be funded, but I feel like there might be a bit of a wait. I felt like a short shutdown the last time, so maybe it was picking up in 45 days. Um, yeah, I don't know, and it does feel like it would be a horrible time to have a shutdown with the holidays and everything around the corner. But it does
Right.
kind of feel like there's energy that resonates with that a little bit.
Okay. Oh, I wrote in the thing I wanted. Okay, I wanted to ask about how are we on time? I want to do something not related to
We're good.
politics. Okay, good.
All right.
So, can we just take a look at the future of I want to take a look at the future of the dollar
Okay.
and the future of Bitcoin.
Okay.
All right. Let's see about the future of the dollar if it's solid. Because my nephew sent me a thing and I was listening to it and some other stuff, and I was just like, all right, I'm just going to ask Kevin if he'll look at this.
I'll say I'm not the best with finances. Typically, I don't do readings on finances
Well, we're just
um,
asking
in
about
that order. But yeah, I agree. We can definitely.
if the dollar is solid.
All right.
Thank you, Patricia. She's so good at phrasing the questions.
But I'm not the best one if you're looking for investment advice. I don't do that typically. But we can look at this. So that's
I do. I love that. I love it. Okay. What about the future of the dollar? Is it solid? The United States dollar, the U.S. dollar, is it solid? Near future.
it's really interesting because I get ultimately yes, it's very strong. Um, but it feels like right now the energy is a little bit murky. I had the moon fly out, and the energy right around it right now, we have the Five of Swords crossed by the Five of Cups, so it's kind of like loss and change happening. Um, but it feels like there's ultimately we have supporting it the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups, so wishes fulfilled, and then the Queen of Pentacles. So this is like that security, that stability. So it's like underlying that security is there, but there's some changes happening with it. And then the final outcome that I have is the Lover. So it's like um, agreements being made to keep it strong, but there's some changes going on with it right now that I think have people a little bit nervous.
Yeah, a lot nervous. It's the chaos of our government
Yeah.
because a lot of other countries don't see us as stable. They
Mm,
think
yeah.
that we're buffoons. And we are.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
You're right.
We and we are. I mean, they're
What
very
card is this? The Fool
the
and what else?
fool and the hierophant is on its side, which
Uh
means
huh.
we don't, what we're doing isn't sacred. It isn't traditional. We're taking all kinds of risks. We have troubles balancing our own our budget, and our government
Mm,
is kaflooey and it's
yeah.
causing anxiety. But my outcome, I do feel like we'll be able to, um, and people are less than happy with what's
Mm,
going on. but we'll be able to have some semblance of returning to normal and cutting ourselves away from the foodster, and then we stand as we have always. But before, there is great concern.
Mm-hmm. It's like the foundation is strong for us, and for our dollar. It's just kind of like the times we're in are a little unstable, but under that underlying support is still really strong there.
Hmm. And people see it as strong, but that there might be a crack in the facade.
Mm. Well, and with that fool and crossed by the Hierophant, that could be the government have to make necessary changes too to get it back to being strong. And they're kind of, I mean, we're doing that. We're with the raising the the rates right now too. So it's trying to get things back into balance.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at the future of Bitcoin. Is it solid? People are trying to say, there's YouTubers and saying, the dollar's not going to make it, and you need to buy Bitcoin.
I don't feel good about Bitcoin.
Well, I just did something a boo-boo. Our guides and angels helped me, speaking through me to other people to help them get out or not buy additional before there were some of those big busts.
Yeah.
So, but let's see about
Is it going back up now? Because I heard that it crashed, kind of.
It did go way low, like
Okay.
crazy. All right. So now what's the future of Bitcoin? Will it be profitable again? Will it go down? People lose their money? Bitcoin.
We'll see if I get the card that just came to my head, and when I throw the cards.
What say you?
I'm not liking that energy. I think it's a card. I felt like the tower. I felt like crumpling down. Which I think I didn't get that in my throw, but yeah, there's a lot of people I think grieving, and a lot of people kind of isolating themselves. I think probably because it's not doing the best. I'm getting the message of like holding on to your money. It's not a good investment. The energy crossing is the Ten of Swords, so this is kind of defeat. I mean, sure, it's made some people some money. Some people, I think, were smart and got out when they were meant to, but it doesn't feel very grounded to me. Seven of Cups. So to me, it's kind of like people are throwing their money into this wish of building wealth. It feels very, the Page of Swords and then the Knight of Swords. Could maybe even be like somebody forcing it to shut down is what I'm kind of feeling with this. Like
Wow.
somebody kind of like there's a leak of information or a whistleblower that causes somebody to make quick action against them. Is what I'm feeling. But it does not feel good to me. Okay. What are you picking up?
The ground has been the ground that was laid for this platform was about greed.
Mm-hmm.
And pyramid like, and it's been unstable, and it's gone up and down, and people weren't sure what to do. There are some misleading things about it. Now it will rise again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's going to come back up, but then we go into unstable. People lose, and then it's no good, no mas, no bueno.
I think the message with that is when it starts to rise back up, if you have money invested in it, don't be greedy. Pull it out while there's still a profit, or you save your ass because it's going to come crashing back down.
Yeah. If it goes up, you guys, well, it will. It's going to go up.
Yeah.
It will go up. And then cash out. Because the outcome card is.
Yep. I had the 5 of Cups too. Yep.
All right.
A lot of people are going to be, I think, hurt because of it.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do one quick. I want to ask about the funding for Ukraine, but let's just do one more quick spread on the general economy for the end of this year, for the rest of this year.
Okay.
How's the U.S. economy for the end of this year, last 3 months of this year, October, November, December? While Kevin is shuffling, the winner for the free reading from a couple weeks ago was Good Karma, and I will be reading for her on Saturday. Thank you for everyone that participated. We'll do another one next week.
It feels like it's a bit of trying times, but I think we're almost out of the storm is what I'm feeling. But there's definitely some loss and grief here. Slow and steady security. Hold on to your money. Money's coming. Yeah. I have the 5 of Swords, which is kind of feeling lost and defeated and feeling very restricted financially with the 8 of Swords. The 6 of Pentacles is next to it, so it's about give and take. A lot of people needing help. Help people if you can. That kind of thing. It's a trying time. We're persevering through it. It's not easy for a lot of us. But we have the Knight of Pentacles at the root of the reading, so it's slow but steady growth. We have the 6 of Swords above, so this is kind of heading out of turbulent waters into calmer waters. But it's definitely time, if you can, to hold on to that money to save. It's not time for those big purchases. And then the final outcome was the Ace of Pentacles. So it seems like we're getting there, but for the rest of this year, it feels like there's a bit of restrictions and not going crazy. I think we have the holidays coming up and all of that, which tends to do well for the economy, but it feels like right now, and with like the inflation, people are really struggling and need that help. What are you picking up?
Yeah, I'm getting there's a lot of the greed-based things still happening that has to be balanced out, and they'll be working on that. People are struggling, but they're still going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I sometimes some people are going to feel like they got to rob Peter to pay Paul, or move their money around. But I think they have overall hope for the future. They know that we've got to get rid of Trump. But I mean, there's still some buying, but it's going to be more about more of a traditional holidays and traditional purchases and traditional things, traditional
spending
spending.
the time with the family and really the reconnecting with family and getting together.
Yeah. More of those values and traditions is going to be what we're all focusing on. So I don't think that there's going to be, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be, what do they call that? Black Friday or Black Monday or Cyber Monday and all that.
Cyber Monday,
I'm sure
Black
that's
Friday.
all going to happen, but it's going to be on traditional items.
Things
that last, things that will help others, that kind of thing. So that's very nice to see. So, but there's some struggle there, Yeah,
it's like, continuing to kind of persevere through it. I actually felt like, but I do feel like we're getting close to like the end of this, and like it feels like a lot better next year. Is what I'm feeling. Like spring of next year, the economy feeling a lot better, and that growth that we're looking for, and getting some of this inflation and crazy costs under control.
Oh, that's good. That's a good prediction. Now there's Becca from House of Lenormand saying that they're gonna, yeah, because when they said their gas is over $7,
Yeah,
I'm like, well, we're not even that silly down here in Florida. I mean, you would think if somebody was going to do something crazy, it would be down here.
right. It's like in the low threes, $3 range for us here in Ohio, which normally our gas is nowhere near what California and the West Coast pay. But yeah, that's something not right with that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that, Becca. Okay, let's go back to now the House and the pro Pooty GOPers
Yeah.
that they would not agree to fund Ukraine. Now, in this
Mhm.
next 45-day cycle to kick the can down the road, will the House successfully get everybody on board to successfully continue funding Ukraine?
Let's take a look.
Will we be successful in getting them to funding Ukraine?
I don't know if it's going to be in the next 45 days. It's interesting because I feel like there's a lot of work being put into it, and our allies really coming together to get those resources. But I had the Seven of Swords pop up when I was fly out while I was shuffling, so it's like some people scheming and trying to. I think it goes on to these crazy GOPers in the House trying to hold our country hostage, not making that move, trying to keep us trapped and restricted. And the final outcome I had was the Five of Pentacles, which would be no. But it feels like I get that there's some slow movement and negotiation, and then the funding comes after that. So I don't think it's in the next 45 days, but I do have like the world coming together, that collaboration and group work, Eight of Pentacles, us working really hard to get something done. It's going to be, we're going to have to persevere through it. There's going to be a lot of challenges, but the base of the deck is the star. So yes, we will get there. I think it's just more so in the way the question was asked, 45 days. It feels like maybe Ukraine getting more of its resources from our other NATO countries while we try to get this all figured out.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
What
Well, at least you got some positive stuff.
Yeah,
at the end. Of course, I get that they want it's just about the greed. They want to delay,
Yeah.
and the greed is just over the top. And there's a whole underground meeting of how can we get them to not do this, and just really
obstruct it. Yeah.
Yeah. And oops, why am I having I wonder why I'm having
me.
Okay. Okay, so but then I have they go into deep thought, and there's some big budget discussions, but
Yeah.
I'm getting a big yes. So I think, like your outcome card. Now, maybe it's not in the exact 45 days, but I'm getting a big yes. It's going to go. Ukraine, we've got Ukraine's back. Thank God in heaven. We're at least going to do good with that.
Yeah, and I agree with it too. It feels like the outcome of the question, absolutely. There's stars, so like the hope. But yeah, it does feel like the energy, at least right now, feels a little bit turbulent in the meantime. But hopefully within the next 45 days.
Okay. I want to do a quick collective reading for everyone, but can we take one quick look at Putin's health? Is he?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Putin's health. What is the Putin's health? Is he doing good? Putin's health.
Ooh. He's got death crossing him. I don't think right this moment, but he's got the death card crossing him. And just intuitively when I was tapping, and he's hard to pick up on because I think he definitely protects himself, but not from good sources. But there's just a blackness in his aura that's just feels like it's festering and not good. He's got the High Priestess crossed by the Death card, so it could be secret plots being his demise. But yeah, anyway, that is that angry and that evil. Energetically, that soul energy that flows through our body is completely blocked. I'm being drawn to the heart and suffering and silence. To me, it kind of feels like he's alone and recovering. He's got the Tower crossing him right here, and then the healing card too with the Temperance. So it doesn't feel good to me. But I do think that there's probably a lot of help with body doubles. And I do feel like maybe he's regained some of his strength before he felt very, very weak. He doesn't feel quite that bad to me right now. I mean, he still feels weak, don't get me wrong. But before, when I read on it several months ago, it felt like he was on death's door, but he's not doing good.
Yeah, I agree. He is not. He isn't doing as good, and I don't think that Russia is doing very well in their fight with Ukraine.
Yeah.
That his tower is crumbling, and Russia, as he knows it, is over to the left-hand side of my Celtic cross. I feel like there is one of the mercenaries in the Wagner group is coming after him with a little sneak of something, a sneak approach with something. He may survive that. I get two sneaks. One is a female that's going to put something in the cup.
I've always felt a female.
Yeah, there's someone wants his position, his money, his wealth, something. Female.
And you know what is interesting with that? I didn't mean to cut you off, Lori, but I always felt like a woman poisoning him. And if you think of a woman with the cup right there too, that could be handing him something to drink.
Yep. I always call it slipping him the Mickey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we agree on so much. All right. And just in case someone wants to have a reading for you and tell them about that, you're almost at that 10,000 subscribers. You're going to do that free reading, and then we'll do a collective reading for all of them.
Okay. Yeah, I just hit 9,000 subscribers on my channel. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please go over to my channel, Kevin Loving Vibrations. Hit the subscribe button. I'll be announcing how to enter the giveaway in a video either later today or tomorrow, and probably pulling my winners next week. I'll be offering a free reading and a free Reiki session for helping me hit that goal. And I do a lot of politics on my channel. I've been opening it up to more personal readings too, and even last Friday I did a bit of a Reiki healing circle. So offering a whole bunch of different things over on my channel. So please subscribe if any of that content sounds good to you. And if you're interested in a reading or a Reiki session, you can send me an email at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com.
Thank you. All right. And thank you, Lucky Girl. Yeah, I always tell people, because I'm a Reiki master and teacher as well. And
Nice. I didn't know
I always say readings are healings and healings are readings.
that. Yeah, absolutely. I
'Cause
do a bit of a combo too, if anybody's interested in that, where you kind of get any of that guidance from spirit with the health or anything that you need to know on your journey that's holding you back with your healing, or just to get that kind of clarity as well. So
All right, let's do a collective. What do our guides and angels say for everybody here in our chat family?
yeah,
What's the energies? What do we need to know? I'll be back on Friday. Kevin will be on tonight on his channel with Susan Lynn on his channel at 7
yeah.
p.m. Eastern. But
Thank
what do
you.
you and I need to know? What's the message from our guides and angels for everyone here? Please hit the thumbs up button, you guys.
Mm. The message that I'm getting for us all today, a lot of us have been feeling the energy's been very heavy. A lot of us been feeling a little bit stuck, unable to move and very restricted with all of the chaotic energy going around. When you feel that way, really go into that heart space and even that solar plexus, and just really activate that passion, that fire. Speak truth to power in these hard times. Um, we are moving on. Six of Pentacles. We are turning to the light, to the stars. So during these hard times, just keep that focus on this bright new future that we're heading into, and try to keep the calm, keep the peace. It feels like right now is a time to not be doing a whole lot. Kind of in that retreat mode, that hermit mode. It's a time of introspection. And just trying to keep focused on this bright future heading our way.
I got exactly the same thing.
Mm.
Exactly. Do not be afraid.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. You're not stuck. Baby steps leads to slow, steady progress for your future. And you may have to turn some things off and distance yourself from some other people and just focus on yourself. So put your own oxygen mask on first, take baby steps towards your goals, and protect yourself. Do your white lighting, and you'll be fine, because there's some stuff going on, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. It's time to stay grounded as best as possible.
And do your MBOs and BPs, and go outside. The weather is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love the fall. It's been a bit warm here the last few days, but I love the fall time with the changing of the leaves, and it's starting to get a little bit chillier and cooler out. Bonfires, s'mores, all that fun stuff.
Nice. I love it. Kevin, thank you again so much for coming on and visiting my channel again. Let's not wait so long for the next time, and I'll come over to your place.
Yeah, sounds good. It's always fun, Lori. We'll do it again soon.
All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you on Friday.
Bye, everyone.